Hello, my name is Lia PP, and today I'm going to talk to you about how modern transport affects the spread of disease. Until the Industrial Revolution, the main methods of transportation were fairly limited and included horse and cart, ships, and walking. As long-distance travel was not common, diseases could take a long time to spread. In fact, in the 14th century, the bacillus responsible for plague and carried by rats took 3 years to reach Britain from Italy. Since 1800, the average increase of distance travelled per person is about 10 times more than that of the previous generation, which means that between the years 1800 and 2000, there has been a 1,000-fold increase in the distances we have travelled over the past 200 years. When you look at the convenience and availability of cars, fast trains, and aeroplanes, it is easy to see how such a huge increase has occurred. The impact of being able to travel halfway across the world in less than a day is huge in terms of a disease spread. The outbreak of severe acute respiratory syndrome, commonly known as SARS, is a prime example of a disease's reach. The outbreak is believed to have originated in the Guangdong province in China in November 2002. By the following May, it had spread to at least 29 countries over 5 continents, infected over 8,000 people, and claimed nearly 800 lives. A source of the spread from Guangdong was linked to a physician who in February checked into the Metropolis Hotel in Hong Kong and unknowingly infected many guests, who then took it back to their home countries. The incubation period for SARS is between 2 to 7 days, which means that infected people may have been travelling with the disease and spreading it without knowing they were carriers. Fortunately, Australia was spared from any casualties during the SARS pandemic. However, modern transportation has seen the spread of other disease outbreaks on our shores, like measles in 2017, after a traveller contracted the disease while on holiday in Indonesia and spread it to at least 10 other people in Sydney. The telltale sign of measles is a rash that spreads from the face and neck to the rest of the body. As this rash doesn't appear until 3 to 7 days after the first cold-like symptoms, and with the incubation period being up to 18 days, it is very easy for the disease to unknowingly be spread after travel. This outbreak was the largest in Australia since 2012, when another infected traveller, this time returning from Thailand, started an epidemic that led to 168 cases of measles being identified in New South Wales. Air travel was also initially linked to the spread of HIV in the 1980s after an infected French-Canadian flight attendant, Gaëtan Dugas, mistakenly labelled as patient 0, was linked to 40 cases across multiple states in the US. Although he was responsible for a number of infections, he was not the start of the HIV/AIDS pandemic. The origins of the disease go much further back and can be linked to Kinshasa, the capital of the Democratic Republic of Congo, all the way back in the 1920s. Modern transport of that time was rail, and this is believed to be the original cause of the HIV Group 1M pandemic spread. Although models have been created to predict the spread of disease through travel, it does not make it any easier to prevent pandemics. It is even harder to predict how we can prevent the spread of disease on transportation of the future.